Welcome to Imperfect in an Uncertain World. Resources to help you navigate your life with authenticity and purpose. Are you ready to move from apathy to empathy? Let's talk about how to recharge and be your best empathetic self. But first, let's talk about a couple of definitions. Apathy is simply a lack of concern. You're shut off from the world around you. Empathy is being sensitive to the emotions of another and caring about their plight. So you're actively engaged in noticing when another person is suffering. The world's uncertain. Sometimes we feel sucked dry. The very marrow of our compassion feels like a dry desert. We feel that we have nothing to share. We're apathetic to the world and the suffering of others. It feels as if we just can't care. It's not that we do not care, it's just we can't care. We don't have the energy to care. And even as you cannot muster the strength to care, a quiet voice within you says, "This is not me." And it isn't. You are a caring person. You have just got off track. So how can we get back on track? How can we move from apathy to empathy? How do we move from a lack of concern to being sensitive to the plight of another? Now that begins within each of us at the center of our being. We don't want to be uncaring, but we get stuck in the hecticness of life. Apathy, I believe, is a byproduct of being stuck, of allowing ourselves to be depleted by the uncertainty in the world. We get so busy that we forget to feed our mind, our spirit, and our heart. We ignore the many voices of our mind. We ignore our emotions. We ignore physical, bodily sensations. And we ignore what our spirit is saying to us until we become numb. And the barrenness of our interior life is reflected in our apathetic interactions. So ask yourself, what can I do to feed myself? What can I do to come back alive, to get rid of that numbness? This has little to do with pick-me-ups that have you spending money or eating or really getting super involved in life in physical ways like that. It's about taking time for you. It's about taking care of you. So maybe it's about taking a nap. Maybe it's about taking a walk. Maybe you spend time journaling, creating art. Maybe you talk to a friend. Getting rid of that numbness is about taking time for you, renewing and re-engaging yourself. Whatever you decide to do, it's something that really recharges you. You soothe those rough edges, heal the cracks, and replenish your oasis of compassion. Self-compassion is about being good to you so that you can be a font of compassion in the world. Self-compassion is what moves you from empathy or from apathy to empathy. Being empathetic doesn't mean that you ultimately change the life of another or even your own life. It does mean that you are constantly aware of the suffering of another or in yourself. Being empathetic means that you have a caring heart and an embracing soul. While you might not be able to change what is happening, you can be non-judgmental, loving, and kind in the presence of life's uncertainty and the resulting suffering. Empathy opens your understanding heart. You are fully present without depleting yourself. Empathy changes the way you relate to the world. While you may not change the situation of another, you ultimately change yourself and the world through your caring heart. Thanks for watching this video. like it, share it with your friends, but most importantly, open your understanding heart, share from your soul, and be the empath you were meant to be. Have a great day. Questions, let me know.